welcome back to the channel. We're here with the Sylvia. Oh yeah, sorry, it's got no motor in it. We have had big changes with this thing since it's been here. That's the motor. Everything's sold. I've decided to put the 1J out of the Lexus in this. That is a new gearbox. Well, second hand R154 gearbox. I'm just about to unwrap it. It's been delivered from Queensland. I have clutch, flywheel and engine mounts on its way. Seats are in. Passenger one's just sitting there for a minute. Dash is out, cleaning up all the wiring because the wiring was pretty atrocious and didn't really make a great deal of sense. So yeah, that's all going to be cleaned up. Here's the motor sitting here, sort of getting ready to go in. I have cleaned the fuel system and painted the boot up. The surge tank and fuel pumps are all over here, all in the corner. Made no sense, really. Didn't make any sense at all because it was, you know, one little hit in the rear corner and you're going to clean your fuel system up. So I've moved all that out of the way. I've raised the front a little, but it's looking like I want to try and drop it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe another 5 or 10 mil. Power steering rack had a little bit of play in it, so I've taken the play out of that, adjusted that. Yeah, so we're just about to unwrap this R154. I'll just drop the knife. I'll see if I can find you guys a nice little spot to sit while I unwrap this. Oh mate, wrapped it up with a bloody garbage bag. She's a bit filthy. She's definitely going to need a clean. Something you may have noticed about me, I can't just put things in a car dirty. A lot of people don't really care because it'll probably get dirty anyway. This is the gearbox, all cleaned up. Well, when I say all cleaned up, I mean as clean as I'm willing to make it. As you can see, we've got a 20-ton shop press to somehow fit in amongst all this. So basically, once the motor and gearbox and that's in the car, the press will probably go back over here where the old one was, against this wall. Punched a hole in the bloody wall with me my handlebars on my mountain bike, moving stuff around. So I'll have to do a bit of a repair on that, but yeah, we've got a bit of crap laying around, as you can see. There's the old gearbox, the parts bin. So yeah, basically where we're at with this. Look, I probably should have been filming a lot more, but I haven't been doing much. I've just kind of been doing a bit of work as I can. So I guess we'll start with the front. I might turn a light on for you guys. Just bear with me for 2 seconds while I plug a light in. So basically where we're at in here, as you can see, there's no front fell off. I got to order some wrap. A lot of this stuff here is going to probably have to be moved out the way and things too, because obviously the exhaust being a 1J now, the exhaust is on this side, so I'm going to have to get some heat wrap for a lot of these brake lines, clutch line. Yeah, I'm going to somehow try and sort of maneuver things. I might try and bend that down even, try and get it out of the way a bit. It's a bit of a silly spot, to be fair. But yeah, so pretty much I've had to move the fuel lines to this side. Obviously we don't want the exhaust anywhere near those. So yeah, just sort of in the process. I've got that hanging at the moment. I'm going to wait till the engine's in, just to sort of see if I can find a good spot to mount it. We've sort of cleaned the engine bay as much as I'm happy with doing anyway. Yeah, just waiting for engine mounts, clutch, flywheel bolts, and then I do have to get a clutch fork and throw out bearing carrier to be able to put the bearing on, because I don't have any of that. So basically the whole plan is to get all of that stuff first so I can put the box on the motor, engine mounts, motor in the car. Shouldn't have to come out again. I should be able to leave the engine in from that point, and then pretty well I've got a stock wiring loom coming, but I don't think I'm going to use it. And I also have just a homemade single turbo manifold that I'm going to sort of modify a little bit for a TD06. So yeah, but as far as ECUs go, it was going to be just standard ECU and standard loom, but I'm starting to run into the drama of like injectors, all that kind of tuning, all that kind of stuff. So kind of tossing and turning about it last night, trying to work out what to do, and I've pretty well worked out that the Microtech LT15C is probably going to be the cheapest and most beneficial way to do this. Everything else is just, look, for now it's out of my budget and I don't really want to spend, like, it's double the price. And yeah, it's better. You go Link, Haltech, whatever. It's yes, it's better, but it is literally probably more than twice the price. So I'm just kind of not willing to spend that much money on something that, at the end of the day, this car's not like a comp level car. I don't need bloody sensors for everything, and I just want it to be able to run. So that's essentially going to be able to run the 85, bigger injectors, single turbo, safely. So that's pretty well where we're at with that. Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at with that at the moment. Like I said, gearbox and that's already there, ready to go. Seats in, that's just fixed. There's no adjustment on that. She's just solid. Got the Nardi sitting there. You see the power steering pump down there on the ground. That's going to be mounted just up on the firewall there. You can see where the relays and stuff are there. I'm going to sort of move those. They'll probably end up in the middle here somewhere. I've got a few more of them to go. Now I had there was some dramas with the wiring, and so I've kind of stripped it back and started again, because like as you can see, he's got two Bosch 044s. Now that's a lot of fuel pump, and he had the relay in the car and it was melting the relay. The wire gauge was nowhere near thick enough. There's way too much load on the relay and fuse, and it was just melting the fuse. It wasn't blowing it, it was just melting it because it was physically getting hot. So obviously there'll be two relays, there'll be one for each pump, triggered via a switch. Much thicker gauge wiring. Yeah, should be a lot safer. I'm going to put that in a little box in the boot, keep it safe. Yeah, I've ended up cutting up the old exhaust too, because I've obviously got to put it on the other side. So my theory is I can use this same stainless bend. I'll probably cut these bits here off at some point, and I can just flip it upside down, and I should get the same effect on the opposite side of the car. So, and then plus the scratch bits at the bottom will be up the top. So yeah, so should be able to save a little bit of money there doing that, and then yeah, it'll just be like straight through. I'll leave that little hot dog thing in there. It'll be straight through, 3-inch. Probably do like twin blast pipes out the back. Yeah, so I also do have, you probably see them sitting over there, some 7 kilo springs. Currently there's 8 in the front at the moment, and look, it just seems a little bit stiff. I'm going to get the motor and box in first, and I'll see where it's at there. It just doesn't really have a great deal of movement. I don't like it real bouncy in the front end where it's just bouncing on the tyres kind of thing. I do want a little bit of movement, so yeah, I might end up chucking those 7 kilo springs in. But yeah, as far as paint goes, as you can see, it's covered in glitter. I don't know what he was thinking, but yeah, I'll probably, to be honest, leave it like that, get it working, get everything driving, get it sorted, and then start looking at paint, because yeah, I'm not a big fan of this. So I think I'm going to go a different colour, obviously. Maybe chuck a couple of Foolish Line stickers on the side and whatever, and yeah, we'll probably leave the same wheels on for now. I'm a bit not too sure what to do. I might do 5-stud conversion because it's still 4-stud at the moment, so I might do 5-stud conversion in the front and buy some steers, and then that way I've got another pair for the rear, because at the moment I've only got this set of wheels. I don't actually have any spares, so I kind of do want to at least have one spare set of wheels to be able to swap tyres onto. So yeah, I may very well just do 5-stud in the front and get some steers with some better tyres, because these tyres are junk on the front. Good tread on them though, so I'll definitely be able to run the car in, get it, do some shakedown laps on these tyres and just finish them off, because they're probably a bit brittle at this point. Oh no, welcome back. Not even sure where I left the last video off, but I've been doing lots. Really should have been filming a lot more, but I don't get much time with the kids and stuff to film whilst doing things, so I kind of just get things done, smash them out as quick as I can. This weekend I haven't really got as much done as I'd like to. I've been a bit crook, but motor was in the car and I've pulled it out. Probably didn't film any of it. I need to edit some more videos. Probably use this time while I'm not well to get some of that done, but yeah, so I guess we'll kind of touch back onto where we sort of left off with the things that I've done. So we've got the dash panel all done up, a lot more simple and a lot tidier than what the previous owner had done. So basically now nothing happens until you've got accessories on, and once you've got accessories you'll have stereo, interior lights, party lights. Party lights are basically just the LEDs, colourful LEDs underneath the car. Then I'll have like hazard lights, brake lights. I think that's probably it actually. Yeah. And then once you have ignition turned on, then that supplies power to power steering pump and the fans. And also headlights, wipers, power windows. Actually, I think I've got the power windows hooked to the accessories as well. Yeah, but basically the inside of the car, I'm pretty sure I showed you that it was already that I'd painted it. Basically now with the wiring in here, it's still a bit of a mess at the moment because obviously I'm still in the middle of doing it. But I have ignition and accessory posts up on the dash, so what that will mean is that basically everything that is supplied via the accessories or via the ignition switch will go to those posts. And like up here obviously we've got the headlights and high beams, hazards, wipers and power windows. So one of those wires from these two posts, basically one goes up to each one and supplies the power to those switches. Yeah, so quite a simple setup really. Everything sort of goes to those posts, and then from those posts, to their designated area. Now I fixed these pedals up a bit. I still don't really know what's going on here with this being so far in. However, I do kind of like it. I've left the clutch out a bit. I will probably adjust the pedal of the clutch. But yeah, we'll deal with that as it's all put in. But yeah, that's the throttle pedal. That's it. That's all you get. That's full throttle. So that's all bent back to where it should be now, I think. I don't know. It's a bit weird. I don't know what's going on with those pedals. I've had to, as you can see here, I've had to cut and extend the brake pedal because for some reason it was heap short. So yeah, I really don't know what was going on there, whether he's used different pedals from something else or really not too sure. Yeah, I had to clean this window, had tint on it, so I've cleaned that off, did that today. What else are we at? What else have we done? So radiator, I'm going to cut this out. Might do that tomorrow, I reckon. Cut this piece out, so I'm going to notch that with some angle. The engine mounts will be re-drilled to get the engine back a little bit further because it's sitting a little bit further forward than I've liked. Gearbox tunnel's been clearanced. Gave that a big old bashing with the mallet. Gearbox fits in there plenty now, so yeah, got the brake booster line all mounted up. Yeah, we're definitely moving forwards anyway, definitely moving forwards. Got a few little bits and pieces to do still with the wiring and whatnot. Have exhaust studs for the turbo manifold, which is on its way. What else do I have? I've ordered clutch, flywheel. Gearbox is still sitting here. It was on the car, on the motor in the car today, but I've pulled it out. But I've got clutch fork, the carrier bearing, slave cylinder. What else have I got? Yeah, flywheel's coming with the clutch, obviously. Spigot bearing. I had to get ARP clutch bolts. I've got the ARP flywheel bolts sitting there waiting to go. Yeah, not half-assing myself with it. Kind of, you know, spending the money where it needs to be spent, but yeah, trying to sort of, you know, keep it as costless as I can at the moment. I guess it's yeah, going to be a bit of a process to get it back to what it needs to be. Going to get a smaller intercooler for the front because the 300 by 600 that was in there, it's way too big. It covers pretty much the whole entire radiator surface, so I want to get a little bit shorter one so I can still get some airflow through the radiator. Probably tomorrow I reckon I'll mount the power steering pump. Yeah, that's about where we're at. So yeah, bit of work's been done, but yeah, still plenty to go. So we'll keep this going. I don't think I'm going to post any of these until it's pretty much done, and then I'll start editing them up. So I'll have steady content from there. So I'm sort of just kind of going to sit on a lot of this footage for the minute. So some of you may probably wonder why you haven't seen anything yet. You'll see it when you see it, really. I'll probably start editing it up soon and get it ready to upload at least. But yeah, we'll get there. Anyways, peace, guys.